गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhav Jaya Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Jaya Radha Madhav Jaya Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Nitai Gaur Haribol 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 जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतशिष्य श्रीमाता भैचरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन ब्यूटी फाउंडर आचार्य डिवाइन ग्रेस श्री प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतशिष्य श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर श्री प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की श्रीमन महाप्रभु की नवदीप मायापुर धाम की हरिनाम संकीर्तन की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की निताई गौर प्रेमानंद all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sha Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurung Vaishnavangsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Nitang Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Nitangsha Namong Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachadine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Dishatadine Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Vipasindhu Bhaivacha Patitanang Pavanebho Vaishnavebho Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauradishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanang Namaskritya Narang Chaiva Narottamam Deving Saraswating Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye Nasta Price of Adreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtiki. So we'll be discussing on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu based on the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. So how verses of Srimad Bhagavatam have been practically exhibited by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through his pastimes. So a very famous verse from first canto, chapter 2. Chapter is entitled Divinity and Divine Service. Text number 6. Sabai Pungsang Paro Dharma Jato Bhaktir Adhakshaje Ahaitakiya Pratihata Jayatma Suprasidati Sabai Pungsang Paro Dharma Jato Bhaktir Adhakshaje Ahaitakiya Pratihata Jayatma Suprasidati Sabai pungsang paradharma Jato bhaktir adhakshaje Ahaitukya pratihata Jayatma suprasidati.
Sabai pungsam parodharmo Yato bhaktir adhokshaje Ahaitukya pratihata Jayatma suprasidati.
Savai pumsam paro dharmo bhakti adhokshaje ahetukya pratipata
Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti adhokshaje tada jayatma suprasidati.
Ladies,
Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti adhokshaje ahituki apratikata jayatma suprasidati. Savai pumsam paro dharmo bhakti adhokshaje ahituki apratikata jayatma suprasidati.
so I'll read the translation only, then we'll start discussing on this verse. Translation by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The supreme occupation, dharma, for all humanity is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendent Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self. Mukam karati vachalam pangulanghaite giring jat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurudinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwar. As Gaur Purnima is approaching, so we thought we discuss on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to get his blessings. So this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam is very, very significant and fundamental verse for the devotees who are following the teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So here, Shuddha Bhakti has been explained. Savai pungsa paradharma. Paradharma. Dharma is a very common word, dharma. But here, paradharma, supreme occupation. What is the supreme occupation of every living entity? Ahaitukya pratihata, that is a symptom of that activity. And what is the activity? Jata bhaktir adhakshaje. Rendering pure devotional service to Adhakshaja, the Supreme Personality of God. Why it is supreme? Because its effect is also supreme. It will satisfy the self. We all want satisfaction in our life. Right? How many of you want to be satisfied? We are all searching for that. Right? But the satisfaction will not come when we are not connected with the source of all satisfaction. Who is the most satisfied person? Very good. If someone is connected with him, he will be satisfied or frustrated? Satisfied. But people in this world are frustrated. Generally. Mostly. Why? Because they are not connected. People may think we are very much connected. Now, through the mobile, We are connected. We are not talking about that material connection. We are talking about the real connection, which is eternal connection. Everything is temporary in this world, including our mobile connection. Which is eternal? Bhakta, Bhagavan, and Bhakti. The three things are eternal. Bhakta means devotees, Bhagavan is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the relationship, devotional service, that is eternal. And when the living entity is connected with that eternal personality, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then that living entity also becomes eternal. And when eternity is established, eternity leads to what? Bliss. Satchidananda. The Lord is Satchidananda, Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means eternal, Chit means full of knowledge, Ananda means bliss. So we cannot have bliss if we live in Asat and Achit. But we want to be like that. We want to have bliss, but we don't want to live based on eternity. We don't want to live based on knowledge. So bliss is connected with eternity, which is temporary, cannot give bliss. Whatever is temporary, what is the result of the temporary thing? Dukkha. Krishna says, this material world is dukkhalayam. Why it is dukkhalayam? Because asashvatam. This is temporary. Whatever is temporary cannot be satisfactory. Whatever is temporary, that will give miseries. That will give frustration. And that is the nature of this world. Why people are frustrated? Because everything is temporary. So Srimad Bhagavatam talks about eternal occupation, parodharma. And that eternal occupation is pure devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in this verse, there are two characteristics of pure devotional service have been explained. Ahituki and Apratihata. What is the meaning of Ahituki? Ahituki means?
Non-corruption.
Ahituki means unmotivated, causeless. And Apratihata, uninterrupted. Unmotivated and uninterrupted. Devotional service. Just like the river flows to the ocean. It goes through a lot of troubles, lot of problems, lot of interruptions, but it does not stop the flow. It continues. That is the meaning of uninterrupted. And unmotivated. We are all motivated in this world. What I'll get. Right? मेरे को क्या मिलेगा? So when people come to bhakti also, they start asking, what I'll get? Yes, you will get happiness. Okay, please enter. That is our nature. Why you want to render pure devotional service? Because we want to be happy. But that is not the symptom of pure devotional service. What is the symptom of pure devotional service? Unmotivated. Unmotivated means there is no motivation other than to please Krishna. That is the only motivation. When the motivation is only to please Krishna, that motivation is spiritual motivation. That is the meaning of unmotivated. Means no motivation for getting anything for ourselves. That is a symptom of Shuddha Bhakti. You don't have to try to be happy for yourself. We think that we want to be happy, that's why you have to do so many things to make us happy. And that's why people are unhappy. We get what we give. That is a formula. So if we want to get happiness, then we have to give happiness. The spiritual life is a life of giving. We have to change the paradigm. It's called paradigm shift. In this world, people are thinking what I'll get. Spiritual life means what I'll give. That is very, very important. So I say that this world is characterized by get, and then forget. And what is spiritual world? Give, and forgive. So to change the paradigm. Uninterrupted, unmotivated devotional service. And for that, you'll be happy, because if people are happy with your connection, then naturally you'll be happy. Because happiness comes from connection. So when we are connected with the Supreme Lord, there should not be any anxiety or any attempt to separately make us happy. If Krishna is pleased, then naturally you will be pleased. Right? That is the principle we have to learn. So what is the motivation we should have?
To please Krishna.
Pleasing Krishna should be the only motivation. That is the characteristics of pure devotional service. Unmotivated. And uninterrupted means it cannot stop. It should continue. Uninterrupted. And Sriman Mahaprabhu is telling us what are the symptoms of Ahituki Bhakti and Apratihata Bhakti. The third verse of Sikkastakam and fourth verse of Sikkastakam talks about Ahituki Apratihata Bhakti. What is Apratihata Bhakti? That is third verse. Trinadapi sunichena tararapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. Sadahari. Kirtaniya sadahari. Sada means what? Always. What is the meaning of always? Every moment. So, how many hours a day? 24 hours a day. That is the meaning of? That is the meaning of Kirtaniya Sadahari. And this is also the symptom of uninterrupted devotional service. Apratihata. And another meaning is Kirtaniya Sadahari means who chants the holy name under any circumstances, in any condition of life, in all conditions. Whether it's a condition of happiness, distress, pain, or pleasure, winter or summer, pandemic or non-pandemic, in any condition of life, if chanting goes on, that is the meaning of Kirtaniya Sadahari. Okay? And in order to do that, we need to have 4 qualifications. Trinadapi Sunichana, Tararapi Sahishnuna, Amanina Manadan. These are the 4 qualifications needed in order to chant the holy name continuously, uninterruptedly. So Amanina Manadena will happen when we have humility. Trinadapi Sunichana. Actually, spiritual life begins with this quality. Until and unless we cultivate the quality of humility, the car of devotional service does not move. It will be neutral gear. Everything will be all right. The car is good condition, new car, brand new car. The fuel is there, driver is also okay, everything is okay. Still, the car will not move if the car is in neutral gear. In the same way, Until and unless we develop the quality of humility, the car of devotional service will not move. And this will happen after anartha nibriti. Ado shraddha tata sadhu sangha bhajana kriya anartha nibriti. There are different levels of bhakti. Begins with shraddha, faith. Then sadhu sangha, association of devotees. Then bhajana kriya, sadhana, doing sadhana bhakti. Then what happens? Anartha nibriti. Our unwanted desires in the heart are cleansed. When that stage comes, then really devotional life begins. Till that time, it is in neutral gear. Things are happening, but we are not moving. So this verse also talks about Nishtha Bhakti. Verse number 3 of Sikhastakam deals with Nishtha Bhakti, symptom of steadiness. And that is the Madhyamadhikari platform. From up to Anartha Nibriti, starting from Shraddha. Shraddha to Anartha Nibriti is Kanishta platform. Nishtha is Madhyama platform. From Ruchi to Prema is Uttama platform, according to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So this is a very significant position in our devotional life. There is a Trinadapi Sunichena, Taradapi Sahishnuna, Amanina Manadena, Kirtaniya Sadhara. Uninterrupted devotional service. So what is the meaning of uninterrupted again? Kirtaniya Sadhari. What is the meaning of Kirtaniya Sadhari? Chanting the holy name 24 hours a day. That is one meaning. What is the other meaning?
In any condition.
In any condition of life. That is most important. In any condition. And this world is the world of dualities. Matras parsas the konteya, sitasna sukha dukkha dagama paina nittas tangtitikshasya bharata. So, chanting the holy name in any condition or rendering devotional service in any condition of life, that is uninterrupted devotional service. Is it possible? What do you think?
Should be possible, yes.
But that is a symptom of steadiness. Who is steady? Who keeps on going? Never gives up. Never stops. Unstoppable. So who can do that? Who has developed the steadiness? And Mahaprabhu has exhibited that through his associates to give us inspiration. We need inspiration to continue. Utsahat, Nischayat, Dharyat. Rupa Goswami explains. These three qualifications are very much needed to keep on going. Utsahat. We should have enthusiasm. Without enthusiasm, life is not right, dead. No utsaha, no enthusiasm. What's the point of life? Utsaha. So how utsaha will be there? Enthusiasm will be there? Nischayat. What is the meaning of Nischayat? Definitely Krishna will bless me. Krishna's mercy will flow. Definite. 100% conviction. Nischayat. Because bhakti is dependent on Krishna's mercy. That is the process. Bhakti is predominantly mercy based. Karma, Jnana, Yoga is our endeavor based. In bhakti, prominence is given on kripa, mercy. In karma, Jnana and Yoga, importance is given on our own endeavor. So in bhakti also our endeavor is needed. But only endeavor is not enough. That's why Shuddha Bhakti, according to Rupa Goswami, it is Sudurlava. Have you heard the word Sudurlava? Sudurlava means what? Sulabh, you have heard Sulabh? Sulabh Prasadam Hall is there in Mayapur. Very easily available. Anybody can have access. Sulabh. Then Durlabh. Rare. And what is Sudurlabh? Very, very rare. Impossible. So Shuddha Bhakti, to attain Shuddha Bhakti, especially Bhava Bhakti, it talks about Bhava Bhakti, is impossible to get. And Rupa Goswami gives two reasons. First reason, Krishna doesn't want to give it. And we cannot get it by our own endeavor. Then problem, na? Krishna doesn't want to give it, and we cannot get it by our own endeavor. So what's the point? Utsaha is gone. So somebody was asking question other day, I was giving a class. Said Prabhupada told that after 30 years of chanting, he developed some taste in chanting. And he was asking very sincerely, Prabhu, how many years I'll need? How long it will take to develop taste in the holy name? What do you think?
Like 1 moment.
1 moment or Krishna blesses.
1 moment, 7 days.
Whenever Krishna's mercy.
Whenever Krishna's mercy will flow. So I'll tell one nice story to make us understand. So there is a man who used to stay in a village, and he never went out of that village. Never. Sthane sthita. That time, Vedic life, there is no need to go out for anything because everything is there, self-sufficient. But somehow, due to some reason, he had to go to some other place, and for that he had to catch a train. And he does not know where is the rail station. It is out of the village, but he doesn't know the location, how far it is, how long it will take. But he knows the train timing, and he wanted to catch the train. So while he was walking, he wanted to ask how long it will take to go to the station. So he saw a farmer, and he asked that farmer that how long it will take to go to the station. Farmer did not answer. He thought that he had to ask a little louder. So he asked loudly. Still no answer. More louder. No answer. He said, I think he has some problem in hearing. He was not answering. And he was thinking that now time is going away like this. I may miss the train. And he started running. When the man started running, then farmer replied, "You will take 10 minutes. He said, I was asking for so long. You are not telling me how long it will take, but now you are telling 10 minutes. He said, how do I know which speed you are going? So now I saw the speed, then I can tell how long it will take. So it depends on the sadhaka like that. What speed we are doing sadhana bhakti. It's not a matter of one moment or one life or millions of lives. It depends on our speed. Right? So mercy is very, very important. Whatever speed you have. But who receives the mercy? What is the qualification to receive the mercy? Sincerity. Sincerity attracts the mercy of the Supreme Lord. And what is the meaning of sincerity? Who is sincere?
Genuine.
Sincerity is not a flowery word. It's a very practical word.
Whatever.
Sincere means giving 100% for Krishna. That is the meaning of sincerity. How a person can be identified as sincere devotee? Who is giving his 100% with body, mind, and words. He is a sincere person. And who is giving 100%? That will attract the mercy of the Supreme Lord. It's not a part-time business. So Mother Jasoda, she received the mercy of the Lord. Right? She started the journey when? Early in the morning. She wanted to bind Krishna early in the morning. But she could do that in the evening. It means you have to be whole day engaged in Krishna's service. Otherwise, mercy will not flow. Is no 1 hour service, half an hour service, once in a while, when I have time, when Krishna will call me. So this kind of thing is not a symptom of sincerity. Mother Jashoda was sincere. She was giving her body, mind, and was sweating. And she was trying. She started with the rope in her own house. Then all the ropes of the Brajamandal came. Still, she was not able to bind. Because Krishna always wants to see the climax. So Krishna is not so easy to be obtained. We have to go through the pain. No pain, no gain. So when someone undertakes pain in devotional service and giving 100% for Krishna's pleasure, he is eligible candidate to receive the mercy of Lord Krishna. So coming to the point of apratihata. Apratihata bhakti is a symptom of nishtha bhakti. So Mahaprabhu is exhibiting that through his associates. An example is the example of Haridas Thakur. So Haridas Thakur is Brahma. But he confessed to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Navadvip that when I am having the position of Brahma, I cannot understand your position. Because pride covers the vision. And when we are having, or anybody is having high position, people becomes proud. That's a natural thing. And for them, very difficult to understand the spiritual life. The spiritual life begins with what? Humility. So humility comes from ignorance. Humility comes from knowledge, and pride comes from ignorance. So if someone is having pride, it means he is not based in knowledge. So Brahma wanted to see Krishna in Dwarka. So doorkeeper stopped him, said, "Who are you? You have a prior appointment or not?" So he said, yes, check with Krishna. So the doorkeeper went to Krishna. He said, one person came, he is telling that his name is Brahma. Okay, he wanted to meet you. He said, okay, ask him who is Brahma. Then security guard came. He said, who is Brahma are you? Who is Brahma? I am the only Brahma. He said, no. Krishna is asking who is Brahma. Then it was revealed his four-headed Brahma. So Krishna said, okay, bring him. So when he entered into the hall, that was a get-together of all the Brahmas. By the Yogamaya potency, this Brahma could see that there is a Brahma with 8 heads, 16 heads, 100 heads, 1,000 heads, 10,000 heads. When we tell that, people say, oh, how they manage so many heads. One head is enough for us. So much headache in one head. That's why you are not Brahma. So Brahma can manage so many heads. He is the most intelligent person of the universe. So by seeing all this Brahma, he became humble. So humility comes when we are in the association of great people. So that is one of the best way to keep us humble. Senior association. Sadhu Sangha means having association of devotees who are higher in consciousness, who are more advanced than us. If we have that kind of association, that will help us to advance in Krishna consciousness. So that Brahma, he told Krishna, Mahaprabhu in Navadvip Dham, that I don't want to be again misled because you are coming in Kali Yuga, and I'll be again committing the same mistake, whatever mistake I committed in your Krishna pastime. So please put me in such condition that I'll be always remember you. I will never forget your position. I said, okay, your desire will be fulfilled. Now Brahma will take birth in a Muslim family, not in a good social position. And because of that position, when you don't have high birth, according to social status, if you have low birth, then naturally humility will be there. And you will be chanting the holy name all the time. And you will be the Namacharya. So by this you can understand what Mahaprabhu is teaching us. What is the best position, topmost position in Mahaprabhu's movement? Namacharya. Position of Namacharya is the highest position in Sankirtan movement. And it is given to who? To a person who is not born in a Hindu family, or to talk about Brahmana family. By this, Mahaprabhu is teaching us that birth, although it's important, it's favorable if you have a high birth, provided it is used properly. But in Sankirtan movement, birth is not important. What you are doing, that is important. Kiba Vipra Kiba Nasi Sutra Kene Noy, Jai Krishna Tattva Vedda, Sei Guru. Mahaprabhu's teaching is that if you know Krishna, your Guru. Je Bhaje Se Boro. Who is great? Who is chanting the holy name of the Lord. So whoever is chanting the holy name of the Lord, he can become Acharya. So Haridas Thakur was chanting the holy name how many times? 192 rounds. 300,000 names. How many names we do generally? 25,000 names. And that is also difficult. 16. And we become happy also. Prabhupada said, chant and be happy. But there are two categories of devotees, those who have taste in the holy name and those who do not have taste in the holy name. But both are happy in chanting the holy name. But happiness comes at different times. Those who are not having taste, they become very, very happy when 16 rounds is finished. The happiest moment of the day. 16 rounds is done, Prabhu. Happy moment. And those who are having taste in the holy name, how they feel happy? At every name, they get pleasure. And what is the symptom of ruchi? What is the symptom of taste in holy name? After finishing 16 rounds, they want to continue more. And that is the symptom. If the food is very tasty, even if your stomach is full, you want to eat more. But if the food is not tasty, even before eating also you feel full, right? When eating will be over. Because no taste. So symptom of taste in the holy name is that after finishing 16 rounds also, devotees will be inspired to chant. That is a symptom of ruchi. That will be discussed later on. So Haridas Thakur was chanting. But he was not in a Hindu, not having a Hindu background. So other section of the society complained to Qazi that he is spoiling our name. Do something. Discipline him. So he was called. So Qazi told Haridas, no problem. I will forgive you. Only one thing you have to do. Just give up chanting. Then you will be excused. You will be forgiven. So the Sadhu said, what to talk about giving up chanting? I cannot stay for a moment without chanting the holy name of the Lord. He said, if you cannot give up chanting, then you have to give up your body. So condition. If it happens to us, what will happen? Some problem in family, Prabhu, we cannot chant. Why? Problem. So by putting Haridas Thakur in that condition, Mahaprabhu is teaching what is the meaning of Kirtaniya Sadahari. So what Haridas Thakur replied? He said, Khanda khanda hoy deho jai jodi pran, tobu ami bodane na chhari harinam. He's telling, even my body is cut into pieces, I will not give up my chanting. Each piece of my body will keep on chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That is the position of Haridas Thakur. Apratihata Bhakti. Then he said, okay, now you'll be beaten up in 22 marketplaces. That is the punishment. You are not following the order of Qazi, so you'll be punished. And you'll be beaten up in 22 marketplaces and you'll be killed. And what you should not take 22 marketplaces very easily, cheaply. The history says that before, if someone is beaten up in 1 or 2 marketplaces, that was enough for them either to die or to surrender. That was the level of beating. So Haridas Thakur was beaten up in 22 marketplaces. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. They become tired and they become scared also. He said, please die. If you don't die, then we will die because Qazi will kill us. So Haridas Thakur was merciful. Then he entered into Samadhi and they thought that Haridas Thakur was dead. So how could Haridas Thakur was able to manage that kind of situation? Because he has taken complete shelter of the holy name of the Lord. And when someone takes complete shelter, what happens? Mahaprabhu is revealing to Haridas in Srivasangan. He's telling Haridas, can you remember when the Qazi's people are beating you? I sent my Sudarshan Chakra to kill all of them. Who takes shelter of Krishna's holy name, Sudarshan Chakra is always there to guard you. That is the protection. You don't have to invite any Sudarshan Chakra. It's always there. Whoever is chanting the holy name of the Lord, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is protecting their devotee by his Sudarshan Chakra. So Sudarshan Chakra came and he, after spending some time, he went back. He said, what happened? I told you to kill all of them. You came back without killing them. Why don't you follow my order? I told you I am the master. You are not following my order. He said, my dear Lord, I followed your instruction. He said, how come? I told you to kill them, but you never did. How come you are following my order? He said, my dear Lord, you also declared that your devotee is greater than you. Isn't it? He said, yes. Yes, my devotees are greater than me. Then you are telling to kill them, but your devotee Haridas is telling to forgive them. What can I do? I have to follow your devotee's order. So I came back, following your instruction. So Mahaprabhu said, what can I do now? The last resort, that last weapon, Sudarshan Chakra failed. What I have to do? Then I have to go personally. So those who are at the level of Haridas Thakur, he or she is not protected by Sudarshan Chakra. He is protected by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally. So Mahaprabhu came and he said, I put my back on your back. And I was taking the beating. And do you believe Haridas? Then Mahaprabhu took out his chadar. And so that red mark was there on the back of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to prove that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was personally protecting Haridas Thakur. And that is the symptom of Apratihata Bhakti. Another example, Srivas Thakur. Srivas Thakur is a Grihastha, big family. But he is always doing Harinam. Wherever Mahaprabhu is there, he is there. In Navadip, Mahaprabhu used to chant the holy name daytime on the streets of Navadip. Srivas was there with him. At night time, in his own house, chanting the holy name throughout night. Day and night chanting the holy name. So one day Mahaprabhu jokingly asked Srivas, you're a grihastha. Have a big family, be practical. Do something practical. Sometimes people say, Prabhu, you are too much into devotion, do something practical. So do something practical. How family will be maintained? Then Srivas clapped 3 times. Then he said, oh, I am asking something, but you are mysteriously clapping. So he said, please explain. So first clapping means first day I will fast. Second clapping means second day I will fast. Third clapping means third day I will fast. If nothing happens after that, I will go and drown in the Ganges and give up my body. Mahaprabhu declared that there can be a day on which day goddess of Lakshmi might have to beg on the street. That can happen. But I am declaring today there will be no scarcity in your family, Srivas. So that is the result of uninterrupted devotional service. What service he did? That has to be understood. Why Mahaprabhu is declaring like that? So one day Mahaprabhu was doing Harinam Sankirtan in the house of Srivas. And some sound was coming from inner chamber of the house. The ladies were crying. So Srivas went to check what happened. And when he entered into the room, he saw that his own son died. And because of that, ladies were crying. So then Srivas said, please stop crying. If the sound of your crying disturbs the Sankirtan of Mahaprabhu, now my son died. Now I will go and drown in the Ganges and give up my body. If the sound of your crying disturbs the Sankirtan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So immediately they kept quiet. So that is the meaning of uninterrupted devotional service. Even the son died. It was nothing for Srivas. I am not telling to imitate, but trying to learn the lesson, the level, the situation of the devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu is trying to establish the principle of uninterrupted devotional service. The test will come. The character of a person is tested in difficult times. How to know the character? Character will be known when someone is in difficult situation. In normal situation, good situation, you cannot understand the character of a person. And one famous international leader told that if you want to know the character of a person, give him power. If you don't have character, then you cannot handle the power. So character is tested in difficult times. That's why Krishna puts his devotee into difficult situation. That is a problem. So Krishna wants to see that devotees, those who are pure, coming to him. So the spiritual master introduced a devotee. My dear Lord, this is a very, very good devotee, very pure. Right? So Krishna is like a goldsmith. So those who are goldsmith, they know how to test that this gold is pure or not. How they do that? They put that gold into acid. By that you can understand. Acid test. So acid test is not a good experience. So when a devotee is introduced to Krishna, Krishna also puts that devotee into acid. Acid means not a pleasant experience. He will test him through difficult experiences. So Krishna will put him into difficult situation. Don't be scared. But that is a reality. That is a reality. So it is said at the level of Ruchi, someone is practicing devotional service, is completely surrendered. Fully surrendered. But someone who is fully surrendered does not mean he is fully pure. Almost pure. Nasta prayasya avadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki. Almost pure. Almost. But still, subtle impurities will be there. Even if someone is fully surrendered, 100%. Then Krishna takes control, complete control. Krishna takes control of that devotee who is fully surrendered. Then law of karma doesn't work. Brahma does not interfere because it is in the custody of Krishna. So Krishna takes complete custody of a devotee who is fully surrendered. But that devotee, although is pure, but still subtle desires are there. So Krishna wants to make that devotee fully pure. Subtle desires also should go away. Then what Krishna does? Krishna uses his technique. He puts that devotee into difficult situation. Because unless we are in difficult situation, we don't take shelter of Krishna. So when a devotee who is fully surrendered is put into difficult situation, he takes more shelter of Krishna. And through that process, he becomes completely purified. So now, gross desires are gone, subtle desires are also gone. Completely pure. Prema Bhakti has been established in his heart. So now he is qualified to enter into the spiritual world. Then what Krishna will do with him? He'll put him in more difficulty. Why? To increase the intensity of love. Problem. Krishna wants to see that his love is intense. Only love is not enough. He wants intensified love. So when love is intensified, then he is qualified to enter into Goloka Vrindavan. So then he puts into difficult situation, then his love becomes intensified. Now he is completely ready now to enter into Goloka Vrindavan. Then what Krishna will do? Krishna will put him again into difficulty. To teach others, to show others, to show all the sadhakas that how a pure devotee responds in difficult situation. So Krishna preaches through this kind of pure devotees. So essence to be learned, whether you are a pure devotee or not a pure devotee, whether you are a sadhaka or not a sadhaka, whether you are a Mahabhagavat or Kanistha, as long as we are in this material world, we have to be in difficulty. It's not a dismotivational message. It's a highly motivational message. Why? Because unless there is difficulty, we cannot take shelter of Krishna. Complacency leads to decline in our spiritual journey. And that is a natural tendency. And Krishna doesn't want his devotee to decline. Krishna says, Name Bhakta Pranasati. My devotees never perish. Doesn't mean what? Krishna's devotee will not die. A devotee never dies. What to become devotee? No soul dies. Soul is eternal. So how is the question of dying? Body dies. So by telling that my devotees never perish, I fully protect my devotees, it means Krishna protects his pure devotional service. When Krishna takes charge, pure devotional service of that pure devotee is protected by Krishna himself. And not only protected, he says whatever is there, he protects, and whatever lacks, he provides. That is also spoken in Bhagavad Gita, right? So if there is some subtle desires are there, he makes sure that goes. In that way, whatever is there is protected, whatever is not there is provided. But the process of providing is not so pleasant. But Krishna is an expert doctor. So doctor knows how to operate. So we have our diseases and doctor has to intervene to operate. Without operation, disease cannot be cured. But for that, we have to give the authority to the doctor to operate. He said, no, I don't want, then what Krishna can do? So we are in anxiety in this world. Why we are in anxiety? Because we have not given the control of our life to Krishna. That's why we are in anxiety. We want to be the controller. And as long as we want to control our life, we will be in anxiety. Anxiety-free life exists only to those who are completely surrendered. Those who have given the control of their lives to Krishna. Pandavas. Completely anxiety-free. They are fighting the war of Kurukshetra. You understand? We always say, Prabhu, we have difficult time. Read the lives of the Pandavas. Daytime, they are fighting. And nighttime, they are having party. Complete bliss. No anxiety. Why? They have practiced. Rakhovi, Marovi, Jo Ichha Tuhara. Bhaktivinoda Thakur sang, no? That whether you keep me alive, whether you keep me not alive. It's up to you. It's your sweet will. Aslishava padaratang pinostumang adarsanang marmahatang karatuva tatha tatha vavidadhatu lampato mat prananathastu saeva naparaha. So that is the only way to be free from anxiety. So Bhishma took a vow that tomorrow he is going to kill all the Pandavas. That kind of vow, who took? Bhishma. And his vow, you understand. What kind of vow? And news came to Krishna. And Krishna was in anxiety. Leaders means life of anxiety. Followers means life of bliss. So Krishna was in anxiety. What to do now? Bhishma's vow, how to counteract? So he went to the camp of the Pandavas. And they are having fun. Night time, no? So Krishna came, they were very happy. Oh, please come, welcome. He said, you are enjoying life? He said, yeah, every day we do like that. But he don't know what happened. He said, what happened? You didn't hear the news? He said, what is the breaking news today? So breaking news is that Bhishma took a vow to kill all of you tomorrow. So, very good. Every day we go to the battlefield knowing that we can be killed. So, we got a very nice news that we will be killed by Bhishma Pitama, the most caring person in the world. So, we'll be very fortunate to be killed by him. Thank you for the breaking news. See you tomorrow. So, Krishna said, no problem. So, his anxiety increased. By seeing Pandavas so peaceful, Krishna was in anxiety. Then he went to the camp of Draupadi. So Draupadi, please come with me. We have to go to the camp of Bhishma Pitama. It's okay. Something mysterious. What I have to do? Don't worry. You just have to go and bow down to Bhishma Pitama and take blessings. That's your job. Nothing else. Balance, I'll take care. So both of them went to the camp of Bhishma Pitama. Bhishma Pitama saw at night time Krishna with Draupadi in his camp. Something is wrong. Dal mein kuch kala hai. So Draupadi, as instructed by Krishna, offered obeisances. And this is the custom. And he gave blessing. So Bhagavati Bhava. As soon as he gave that blessings, Krishna started smiling. He said, I heard you took a vow, you'll do something tomorrow. But whatever you want to do tomorrow is not matching with your blessings. Then Bhishma understood what Krishna is conveying. And in that way, Pandavas were protected. So we can have anxiety-free life only if we can surrender our life to Krishna. There is no other way. So we are having anxiety means we don't have faith in Krishna's protection. That's it. We have to die anyway. So what is the use to be in anxiety? Devotees are also in anxiety. Prabhu, what will happen? What will happen? What will happen? Krishna has said, Jatosya dhruva mittur, dhruvang janma mitasya. Those who have taken birth, he is going to die. And those who are dying, they are going to take birth. What's going to is everything very clearly spoken by Krishna. Still, we have said, oh, that's okay. That is birth and death, no, in between. In between old age and disease. Still, Prabhu, there is something else. Because that is the life of anxiety. So in between, what will be there? Anxiety. Chinta, then Chitta. So life of anxiety. When we don't have faith in Krishna's protection, and we have our own plans and programs to protect our life, we have a life of anxiety. So whole life will be in anxiety. Then after that, Chinta. Then we'll enter into funeral fire, Chitta. That is a life. That is material life. Chinta to Chitta, Chitta to Chinta, Chinta to Chitta. That is why we are carrying on our lives for how long? Since time immemorial. So the Chitta and Chinta have common function. Both of them burn. Chitta burns the dead body once. It's good. But Chinta burns the living body. For how long? Constantly. So, in order to be free from that kind of burning experience, we have to take shelter of the cooling shade of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So that is the meaning of Apratihata Bhakti. Now time is up, looks like. So we have to talk about a little bit. Ahituki Bhakti. Unmotivated. Uninterrupted is already explained. Now we have to understand what is the meaning of unmotivated. What kind of desire we should have? We already discussed at the beginning of our class. What should be the desire of a pure devotee? To please Krishna. Not serve Krishna. Everybody is serving Krishna anyway. Whether he is a demon or a devotee, pure devotee, not everybody is serving Krishna. That's not the important thing. Why he is serving Krishna? It's not the content, but the intent is more important. What is the intention? Intention should be to please Krishna. Krishna is always pleased. We cannot. Krishna doesn't need our pleasure giving first times. Krishna is served by so many devotees, unlimited number of devotees. Yesterday we are discussing. He is unlimitedly blissful by the unlimited amount of service received from unlimited number of devotees in the unlimited spiritual world. So he does not need our service, but we need to serve Krishna. Why? The purpose of serving Krishna is to please Krishna. If Krishna is pleased, then we will be pleased. That is the secret. So there should not be any other desire than to please Krishna. And that is explained by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the 4th verse of Sikhastakam. Na dhanang, na janang, na sundaring, kavitang va jagadisha kamaya, mama janmani janmaneshware bhavatat bhaktir ahituki. Ahituki means unmotivated, causeless. There should not be any other cause than the cause to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the only goal. That is the mood of the Brajavasis. That is the mood of the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They only want to please Krishna. Whatever pleases Krishna, that is desirable. But we are stuck into this material world because of 3 words. I like it. As long as these 3 words will be there in our life in this material world will continue perpetually. So we have to learn to do things to please Krishna, what Krishna likes. It's a paradigm shift. So when we do things for pleasing Krishna, that is unmotivated devotional service. There is no other desire than to please Krishna. For that, a devotee can go to any place, can enter into any condition of life. He doesn't mind. So many things can be spoken on that. Time is limited. I'll tell 2 stories from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's First times. So Mahaprabhu was in Srivasangan and he was giving benediction. He is in the mood of giving. So he called Haridas. Now before that we'll talk about Sridhar. Kolavecha Sridhar or Kholavecha Sridhar. So Sridhar was a very poor man from material point of view. He used to do business on banana. Whatever is connected with banana tree, he used to sell. Banana, then banana flower, banana stem, banana leaves. And it is explained during Mahaprabhu's time, every house in Navadvip had banana tree. By this you can understand the demand of the product in the market. And Sridhar was the businessman. And he used to sell on the footpath, but he had a fixed price. Like Yudhishthir Maharaj. Fixed. And 50% of his profit he used to spend on worshipping Ganga Devi. And 50% money, how much was that? We don't know. But he used to maintain his life. So he used to stay in a thatched hut, grass hut, with a lot of holes on the roof. And he used to wear clothes, having a lot of holes. Very simple. So, Mahaprabhu that day told devotees, please call Sridhar. People didn't know who is Sridhar, never heard. But Mahaprabhu knows. We want to become popular. That is our tendency, How many people know me? Popularity context. So, Sridhar was completely unknown to the devotee community, but Mahaprabhu knew. That's why his life became successful. We should be known to Krishna. That is the secret of our success. If everybody knows, but Krishna does not recognize, what is the use of that popularity? It will come into zero. That's why we need to be popular in the eyes of Krishna. So Sridhar attained that perfection. So you don't know Sridhar? Go at the end of the village, someone is chanting the holy name loudly, that is Sridhar. Very easy. They went, told Sridhar, Mahaprabhu is calling you. As soon as he had Mahaprabhu's name, he fainted on the ground. Then he came, he glorified Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then he said, I want to give you benediction. I have a list. I can give you 8 mystics in this. I can make you the king of the heaven. I can make you the king of the world. Whatever you want. He said, my dear Lord, please don't allure me. I don't want anything from you. He said, no, today you have to take something. Otherwise, I will not leave you. He said, okay. You are pushing me so much, pursuing me so much. That's why I am asking you. If you want to give me a benediction, please give me this benediction that the Nimai who comes to my shop every day and bargains with me the product, and after bargaining, it snatches all the products without paying anything. That beautiful form of Nimai should become the worshipable Lord of my life in every life, whatever I will get in the future. So, by this, Sridhar is conveying a very deep message. He does not want anything other than to please Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. People may think he's a fool. He should have asked so many things, but he did not check anything. But he knows the real wealth, the most valuable wealth, is the pure devotional service to Krishna. That's why he begged for that. Then Haridas Thakur. Same thing Mahaprabhu offered. That I want to give you 8 mystics, I can make you the king of the heaven. But Haridas Thakur said, I don't want all these things. But you are forcing me to ask benediction. So I am praying to you. I don't mind to take birth. I am not interested in liberation also. So I can take birth, but please give me the benediction that I can take birth in the house of a devotee. If that birth is in the form of an insect, and also it can be in the form of a dog, I don't mind. I am ready to become a dog in the house of a devotee, but it should be in the association of devotees. So Haridas Thakur is Brahma. He is aspiring to be a dog in the hand of the devotees. And that is the greatest situation we can have. And that's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, we should be the dog of the Vaishnavas. Then that our life will become successful. So what is the symptom of dog? Dog means service. So devotee's life is a life of service. He does not want anything other than to serve Krishna and please Krishna through that service. So in that way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is exhibiting through his associates what is the meaning of Ahituki Bhakti, causeless. And that is the level of Ruchi. Apratiyata Bhakti is at the level of Nishtha, and of Ahituki Bhakti is at the level of Ruchi. So these two levels are very, very important in the life of a sadhaka. And when we attain this level, it's a matter of time that we attain love of Godhead in a very short period of time. So we have to come to this level. And Prabhupada expected us to come to the level of Nishtha, because that is the level from where our devotional service, devotional progress really starts. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Sriman Mahaprabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Samavita Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hare Hare Bo. Question, comment, if you have time.
Yes.
Any question is there? Online questions, on-site questions? No question. You have mic? Yeah. Ask question which is connected with the discussion.
Difficulties, person in difficulties. The consciousness being that, example, let's say I'm trying to do some activity. I know that I'm going to be in the difficulties when I go and achieve that activity. Let's say it is devotional. It could be a material activity. It could be a devotional activity. Let's say. Let's say, as for if we know clearly that this is devotional activity, and we are ready to, as a consciousness, know that I am going to pursue certain activity. I am ready to face all the difficulties, and that is the one way of consciousness. And let's say that consciousness itself doesn't know what they are doing, then they get into difficulties. It's very much chance that they feel that why I am feeling this difficulties. Is it the right understanding?
I could not get your point. What point you are trying to make?
Yeah. See, let's say that when we know that what I'm going to explain here, when we face difficulties, a person with the right consciousness say that, as you mentioned, when we devote or surrender to God, He is ready to face ease. And whereas who is not a non-devotee, or be with not a correct consciousness of mind, when they face difficulties, they entangled into the material life. So, rather than accepting them as is. So, is this how things happen?
Whether you accept or don't accept, difficulties will come. Whether you are ready for difficulty or not being ready for difficulty, difficulty will come. Problems will come. Tribulation will come. Whether you are a devotee, not a devotee, having proper consciousness, not having proper consciousness, difficulties are the part of life. This nature of this material world is difficulty. We cannot have a difficulty. We cannot have a life without difficulty. Just like an ocean. If you want to have experience of ocean, ocean means what?
Water.
Waves.
Yes.
Oh, I want to have ocean without waves. Then that's not an ocean. Ocean minus waves is not ocean. In the same way, material world minus difficulty is not material world. Vaikuntha. So material world means difficulty. Now we have to face difficulty. And how people face difficulty, there is a difference. There is no difference in difficulties. Everybody has to face difficulty. But how he faces the difficulty depends on his consciousness. Okay. So naturally, those who are not devotees, if difficulties come, they become disturbed. And even if the devotees, those who are not high level, they also become disturbed. And they ask question, devotees, they ask, those who are not devotees, they are having good life. After I started chanting, more difficulties. It was better before. So they start doubting about Krishna consciousness. Because they have a misconception that spiritual life means no difficulty. Actually, spiritual life begins with difficulty, continues with more difficulty, and perfection with most difficulty. That is the life. Prajavasi is there in a happy life, a happy condition of life before Krishna appeared. Right? Before Krishna appeared, Brajavasis were in a very happy condition of life from a material point of view. As soon as Krishna appeared in Gokul, what happened? Then Kamsa became active. Before Krishna appeared, Kamsa was in a passive mode. After Krishna appeared, Kamsa became very, very active. And he used to send demons every day. Some demons' names are there only in Srimad Bhagavatam. If all the demons' names are mentioned, then there will be another separate Bhagavatam for that. Only the main ones are mentioned. The mafia, dons. They are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. But what Brajavasis they did? When they are in difficulty, they took more shelter. That is the condition of a devotee. When difficulties come, they take that opportunity to surrender more and more. That is the consciousness of a devotee. And if you can go to the level of Kunti Devi, then another. She says, please bring back those difficulties. My God. If one difficulty goes, we think it should not come again. But what Kunti Devi says, what kind of difficulties she faced? We cannot think of those kind of difficulties. Small difficulties disturbs our mind. Right or wrong? But what kind of difficulty Kunti Devi faced? She lost her husband, she lost her father, lost her son, lost her grandson. 4 generations gone, but she continued. What a pain. Seeing in front of her own eyes, generation after generation are getting killed and died. Still, she continued. Uninterrupted devotional service. Why? Because she knows this is the plan of Krishna. And when Krishna is there, that is auspicious. If Krishna is not there, what is the meaning of auspiciousness? That's why he's telling those difficulties should come. Why? Because now everything is nice, but Krishna is living. That is the most unwanted thing. That's why in that condition, Kunti Devi prayed for that. During difficult times, you are there. Now everything is good. My son has become the king. Now you are going back, leaving us alone. Then what is the use of that kingdom? Better those difficulties. So for that devotees, difficulties and good condition, they don't want all these things. They want Krishna. For that, if Krishna wants them to be a king, they are okay. If they want to be in the forest, that is also okay. For them, external material condition is not important. For them, Krishna is important. Wherever Krishna is there, they will be there. That is a condition of life of the Mahabhagavats, the pure devotees. Okay.
There are 2 questions to be there.
Online. Okay.
So my devotee never perishes, and your explanation about it. So they're talking about that. I want to clarify what you said. Krishna means to say that the devotee's devotional service never perishes. That means next Janma also we will be born as devotees with memory of Krishna. Then why is Kulshekar Alwar praying that life after life make me remember your lotus feet?
Yeah.
The question is that
you should remembering Krishna is more important than being liberated. That is the point. So the pure devotees, they don't mind taking birth again, as long as they can remember Krishna. Remembering Krishna is the perfection, not getting liberation. Those who are remembering Krishna, they are already liberated. The mukti is with the folded hand try to serve Krishna's pure devotees. So for them, liberation is insignificant. That's why Mamo Janmani Janmani is said. They are ready to take birth again and again. So that's why people ask question, whether getting liberation is important or thinking of Krishna is more important. Prabhupada encourages us going back home, back to God. So you have to understand who is praying. Those who are liberated, they can say, no, I don't want liberation. We are conditioned people. We don't have that. How we can give up? If I say all the money in Reserve Bank, I am renouncing now. It never was with you. You can renounce what you have. Who can renounce liberation? Those who are liberated. That is the prayer. Prayer depends on the level of consciousness. Artificially, you cannot pray like that. We are suffering in the material condition. Going back to God is a natural thing. And that is a natural cause people come to Krishna. My dear Krishna, I am suffering so much. Please take me out from this suffering condition. But Kunti Devi is telling, give me suffering. To different level. Both are correct. But there are different levels of consciousness. Okay? Hope it is clear to him or her.
So her question was like, if anyways he's going to become a devotee next life, because he was a devotee, because Lord is going to protect his devotional service, then why is he praying that, oh, I want to always remember you?
That is humility now. You should not think, oh, I am a devotee. Yeah, I have done so much service. Krishna, next life give me remembrance, okay? That is not the mood. A devotee never thinks he's a devotee. Those who are not devotees, they think that they are devotees. Kanishta platform thinks he is the best devotee, right? Kanishta thinks he is the best devotee, everybody else is in Maya. Uttama thinks everybody has become pure devotee, only he is in Maya. There's a difference.
Thank you. The next question is, what are the important things to remember and follow to come to Nishtha? I get inspired when I hear from senior devotee, but lose faith and enthusiasm the next day. Reading books sometimes inspires a lot and sometimes feel contempt due to familiarity of philosophy.
Yeah, that's why association. If someone wants to become fixed in devotional service, he has to be in the association of fixed up devotees. Only by the association of fixed up devotees, Nishtha Bhaktas, one can become Nishtha Bhakta. Okay?
Some more. How to develop humility in the material world, as we have come here because of envious nature towards Krishna in spiritual world? Is there any connection between envy and humility?
Envy and?
Humility.
Okay. The pride leads to envy. Humility leads to compassion. Pride comes from ignorance and humility comes from knowledge. That is the connection. So knowledge leads to humility, humility leads to compassion. Ignorance leads to pride, pride leads to envy. So what is the meaning of pride? Pride means I and mine. I am the controller, I am the enjoyer. So whoever disturbs that enjoyment,
Envy.
you develop envy towards him or her. So envy comes from pride. And what is the outcome of humility? Compassion. And how to develop humility? There is a whole lecture on that, but humility comes from knowledge. Humility comes from service. Serving the Vaishnavas is very, very important to develop humility. And though that devotee who is not in your favorite list, serve them, then humility will come. Okay? Practical, isn't it practical? Very difficult, but it's practical. Yes.
Thank you so much for the class. So, what is the other aspect of the difficulty? Like, as was asking, what if somebody breaks down while trying to face the difficulties? In Spain, what happens? How does Krishna?
If Yeah, continue.
Okay, that is one part. The second part is so there is this aspect of offense. The breakdown could happen even there. So how the Lord will help, in fact, in supporting whatever, wherever whatever stage the devotee is in helping progress.
Yeah, everything will follow normally, provided that devotee does not commit offense. When you commit offense, there is another formula. This all thing I discussed, life without offense. Offense means Krishna doesn't look at that devotee. It's completely disconnected. Whoever commits offenses, Krishna does not look at him. That is the position of a offender. But sinful people, Krishna takes care. Offender, rejected. So that is a two way of dealing. One is to deal with the offenders, one way to deal with the sinful people. So two path. So when you commit sin connected with Krishna, that is called aparad. And one of the greatest aparad is Vaishnava aparad. Because Krishna's heart is filled with devotion or love for his devotees. So when someone talks bad about devotees, it's like shooting arrow in the heart of Krishna. So that's why it's very displeasing service to Krishna if we commit Vaishnava aparad. Very displeasing to Krishna. And Radharani also withdraws her mercy. Aparada. Radha is disconnected. So when we commit offenses, we become disconnected from devotional service. Externally maybe continuing, but internally is all disconnected. Okay.
Krishna Prabhu,
No.
thank you, Prabhuji, for the wonderful lecture. Prabhuji, usually in the devotional part, when we are starting the devotional journey, then utsaha, the enthusiasm is very much there because everything is new. We are inquisitive and we want to know more. And as the journey passes 5 years, 10 years, and as you mentioned, Prabhuji, the complacency also creeps in. How to be alert, Prabhuji? I mean, even though, yes, we have to be an association of devotee, but how to keep our mind in alert position that I am not a devotee, I have not yet achieved anything, and I have to still continue and be in shelter of Krishna.
I was giving a lecture in London when I was talking about Tibrana Bhakti Jogena. Tibra Bhakti. It should be intense, right? And I was giving the example of Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj Bhakti was intense Bhakti. 24 hours, continuously hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord. Intense. So one devotee asked Prabhu, how we can have that intensity? Then I asked why Parikshit Maharaj was in that intense mood. He said, Prabhu, he only had 7 days. Said, I asked him, how many days do you have? He said, I don't know. So that intensity comes when we are in proper knowledge. Parikshit Maharaj knew perfectly that he only had 7 days and 7 nights. That's why intensity was there. Urgency leads to intensity. But when we feel, oh, everything is all right, no problem, we'll be serious after 50 years. So that day will never come. Those who cannot become serious today, cannot become serious at any point of time. So seriousness will come when we have that urgency. At any time, I have to leave. If someone is having a cancer diagnosed, he will be complacent or he will be in urgent mode. So if he does not know, then he will be okay, I will be living. We are like that. We have cancer, but we don't understand we have cancer. That's why we can, how a person can have a relaxed life. knowing that any moment we have to leave. Right? Who can do that? Those who are in ignorance. So by that, we can understand anybody leading a relaxed life is a life of ignorance. Happy. So I am okay. I am okay, you are okay. But nobody is okay. So because of ignorance, people think they are okay. We are not okay. Nobody can be okay in this material world. Padam padam jad vipadam. Every step there is a danger. Okay. Any other question? So almost 10:15. So we'll end here. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रीमद् महाप्रभु की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।
So we are very fortunate to have the association of His Grace Sankarshan Nitai Prabhu today. So today morning I was mentioning that all of us would have gone to Mayapur. So Mayapur, as it is now, so like to develop that, Prabhu and many other devotees like have worked very hard. And in fact, Prabhuji is one of the main pillars of development of Sri Ram Mayapur. And like Prabhuji is also taking care of the North India. He's having many responsibilities in the North Indian division. So many states he's taking care, and also he's traveling all over the world and spreading the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in his busy schedule, like he has taken time out for our center, and actually he feels very much for Bangalore, and especially in Bangalore youth preaching. And so Prabhuji is giving a lot of time and his attention here. So we are very fortunate to thank you for coming here, and we invite you again and again to come to our place and bless us so that we can preach the message of Krishna consciousness and do some tangible service in Bangalore. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
So let's thank once again His Grace Sankarshan Nitai Prabhu by loudly chanting Hari Bol 3 times. Hari Bol! Thank you very much. So I would like to thank all the devotees online and also the devotees who are here for joining our Sunday feast. And today, yes, it's auspicious day, it's Ekadasi. It's a Bhakti Janani, it's the most dear to the Lord, so we can spend more time in hearing and chanting. And we are grateful to Prabhuji that okay, at least we had some little bit stretched Katha. Thank you very much. And yes, we would like to also inform all the devotees of only for youth, right? They are going for Mayapur Yatra. Only for brahmacharis. Okay, not only for youth. It's only for very restricted. But
2 days time to join brahmachari.
Okay, Prabhuji is saying 2 days time to join brahmachari ashram. So brahmacharis are going to Mayapur Yatra, I think from Tuesday for a week or so.
15 days.
15 days. Hari, I think around 12 days or so Prabhuji is going. So let's pray that they really pray for us on this wonderful month. Especially this is a really festive time in Mayapur. So if any of you would have gone pre-COVID days like Kirtan Mela, Shravana Utsav, and so many wonderful festivals, especially from Nityananda, the city Gaur Purnima, it's a really, really festive time. Every day, every moment is like wonderful. So definitely we'll be in separation. We can really at least whoever, at least once we're here as well, we can spend more time in hearing Gaur Lila, in observing ourselves and more hearing and chanting. So thank you very much. So I would like to thank once again all the devotees. Now we'll go for Narsimha Pranam. Okay, so we have a couple of new devotees, any newcomers? Anybody who has come to our center for the first time, yeah, please come forward and please receive a token of gift from our center. And we pray at the Lotus feet of Gandharva Giridhari Mahaprabhu, Lakshmi Narasimha Panchatattva, that this journey brings some difference to your life. Hare Krishna. What is a good name? Hare Krishna. Ronak Poddar. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Anybody else for the first time today? Let's welcome them by loudly chanting Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna. Anybody else? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Anybody else? Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Oh, one more. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Rama. Okay, one more is there coming for the first time. Oh, Hare Krishna, Masterji. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Exactly. Hare Krishna.
So we'll start next month.
Namaste Narasimhaya. गोपाल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल श्रीमते भगवान की जय। भक्त श्रवणी प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। जगत गुरु प्रभुपाद की जय। सावित भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर